You were reminding me of a word that the Lord gave me July 15th. It was one of those times where I was really feeling the presence really strong and just this place of worship. And I heard the Lord say to me, while I was in that really deep place of his presence and worship on me, he said, there's too much noise in the public square. This is what they need. Meaning that the deep peace of his presence that I was experiencing. And then he showed me that for most new creations, the response to the noise won't be to engage in a battle of words and intellect, but to bring heaven to earth by changing the atmosphere with his presence. Attuning to heaven through worship is the gateway for this to happen. Oh. And he went on to say, people's hearts will be won through encounter, not argument. And I saw that this was the response that Jesus used most often, rarely engaging in argument, except where the Spirit led. And this would result in the wisdom of God being released to silence the opposition. He didn't argue them into a different way of seeing it. And he said to me, never underestimate the power of worship to quell a battle. And I never thought about that word quell. I had to look it up because it's not a word I'm familiar with. And when I looked it up, the definition is to put an end to a rebellion or other disorder typically by the use of force. That's what worship does. It quells a battle. That's why the worshipers would lead the armies of Israel in battle. And so I want to just encourage all of us. There's a place of worship in the presence of God that he's bringing us into that's going to quell the battle in front of us. It's going to be the response to the battle, not to engage. You know how the enemy was trying to bait Jesus all the time in the wilderness? He was trying to engage him in that battle of wit and even using the word. Don't be tempted to get sucked into that battle where it's just flesh on flesh that bites and devours. But go into a place of worship. Let that be something that you're practicing, the presence of God in a place of worship, and watch him come through with words of wisdom to speak in situations that are going to touch people's hearts. They don't even know what they need. They think they do. But they need what you're carrying. You're carrying heaven. You're carrying the Prince of Peace. And you can release him through your words.